So in this video, we are going to see a operating system 2 marks question from GATE 2015 paper, and it's based on the topic of CPU scheduling algorithms. Now it's quite a big question, and it has a lot of information, and we have to be a little careful and try to find out the information which is given in every paragraph, and we'll try to note it down in a tabular form and then see what the question demands. So let's go statement by statement. Now consider a uniprocessor system executing 3 tasks T1, T2, T3, each of which is composed of an infinite sequence of jobs or instances. So let me stop here and make a note of this point. So what they're saying is we have tasks, we have 3 tasks. So let me make a note of it. We have 3 tasks T1, T2, T3, and each of these tasks is consisting of infinite number of jobs. So let's say T1 has A1, A2, A3 dot dot dot, and T2 has B1, B2, B3 dot dot dot, and T3 has C1, C2, C3 dot dot dot. Okay, this is a piece of information that they have given to us. Let's reread the statement to confirm our understanding. Consider a uniprocessor system executing 3 tasks T1, T2, T3, okay, T1, T2, T3, each of which is composed of an infinite sequence of jobs. Yes, each of them has infinite sequence of jobs which arrive periodically at the intervals of 3, 7 and 20 milliseconds respectively. Okay, so each of these jobs arrive at a fixed period of interval, and that is also given. So let's make a note of that. So A1 will arrive at 3 seconds, A2 at 6 and A3 at 9. Okay, B1 will arrive at 7, then B2 at 14, B3 at 21, and C1 will arrive at 20, and C2 at 40, and C3 at 60, and so on. That will be also an infinite thing. So that is what the question says. Each of them arrive periodically at the intervals of 3, 7 and 20 milliseconds. So that thing also has been noted down in this table. Next paragraph. Now the priority of each task is the inverse of its period. So they have not yet told us the period taken by each task to complete, but they are mentioning that the priority is inverse of the period. And the available tasks are scheduled in the order of priority, obviously, with the highest priority task scheduled first. So this is a priority based scheduling, CPU scheduling. Now the third paragraph. Each instance of T1, T2, T3 requires an execution time of 1, 2 and 4 milliseconds. Okay, now this is an important point. Let's make a note of it. Yes, let me make a note of it here. So each of them requires an execution completion task is 1, 2 and 4 milliseconds. And just now we read that the priority of each task is the inverse of its period, which means immediately we can conclude that the priority of this will be high because it's inverse of its time, and the priority of this will be low. Okay, and the priority of this will be medium. I'll just write medium. Okay, so these are the priorities, and this is time taken for completion of every task. So I'll just write here completion. How do I write it? Okay, completion, time taken for completion of each task. Okay, so this is a table that we are going to follow. Okay, now yes, each instance of T1, T2 requires an execution time of 1, 2 and 4 milliseconds respectively, given that all the tasks initially arrive at the beginning of the first millisecond. So all the tasks are arriving, the first batch of tasks, all of them are arriving at the first millisecond. So this is something we missed here. So there will be one more task before each of these tasks in T1, T2 and T3. Sorry, not one more task, one more job in each of them. And task preemption is allowed. This is important point. Task preemption is allowed. So let me zoom in here and let me erase this a bit because I want to put one more task here. So that will be A0, B0 and C0, and they will arrive at the 0th second. Okay, so that thing is sorted now. Yes. Okay, so we have this point also noted down, and one more point we have to note down is preemption is allowed. Okay, so preemption is allowed. This is important, and it's a priority based scheduling. Okay, and finally the question asks that the first instance of T3, this one C0, the first instance of T3 completes its execution at the end of how much millisecond? That is what we have to find out. So it's a quite a big question, and we have noted down whatever the information this question tells us, that has been noted down in this form. So now we are going to wholly focus on this part of our question. Yes, preemption is allowed, and what we have to find, let me note it down. What we have to find out, okay, completion, we have to find out the completion time of C0. We have to find the completion time of C0. So with this information, let's see how the timeline looks like. So let me take this a bit down. Okay, so let's draw a chart of a timeline starting with the 0 time. So at time 0, we have in our ready queue, let me note it down here. Let's say this is my ready queue. So at time 0 in our ready queue, we have 3 tasks: A0, B0 and C0. Okay, we have 3 tasks: A0, B0 and C0. So we will be following priority based scheduling. So as per priority based scheduling, the highest job will get picked first. So A0 will get picked first. So let me use a different color. Yes, so A0 gets picked up first, and the execution time of A0 is 1 second. So within the first second, A0 will come out. So at the first second, A0 is out. So let me strike A0 right away. Now at the first second, we have 2 competitions, B0 and C0 in the ready queue. And then again, we are going to follow a priority based scheduling. So B0 going to be picked up because it is higher than C0. So B0 get picked up. Now the time of completion of B0 is 2 seconds. So B0 will be running for 2 seconds. Let me use another color for B0. So B0 and B0, 2 instances of B0 will run from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3. Now at the interval of 3, at the interval of 3, we have another task coming in, and that is A1. Okay, note, A1 comes at the interval 3. So this is what is going to happen at third interval. A1 is going to come. Now fortunately, B0 has a completion time of 2 seconds. So B0 gets completed, and B0 is already out of the ready queue. And now we have 2 instances at ready queue, C0 and A1. Again, we are going to follow priority based, and A1 has high priority. So A1 gets picked up. So A1 gets picked up here, and A1 has a time of 1 second. So A1 will run from 3 to 4. Okay, and now after A1 is gone at the 4th second, we have nobody in the ready queue except C0, our target job. So C0 gets scheduled here. Now let me use another this for C0. So C0 starts executing from 4th second, okay, and till 6th second. Yes, C0 is going to execute from 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. Now at 6th second, we are going to have A2. A2 will come into picture. So let me write it down. A2 will come into our ready queue. So yes, sorry, blue. So A2 is going to come into our ready queue. And now, as we all know, we have noted here that preemption is allowed. Preemption is allowed. So we are going to preempt C0, which was running. C0 will get preempted, and A2 will take the position. So let's make a note of that. So yes, A2 comes here from 6 to 7. It's going to be A2 show. So A2 takes the picture, and A2 runs for only 1 second. So A2 runs from 6 to 7, and it goes out of the ready queue. Now, however, at the 7th second, we have B1 coming into the picture. So yes, this is a little time consuming, and it needs a lot of patience. So B1 comes into our ready queue at the 7th second. So now thus at the end of 7th second, we have B1 in the ready queue and C0 in the ready queue. C0 is not yet completed. C0 has completed 2 seconds. Note, C0 needs 4 seconds for completion. So 2 seconds are done and 2 are still pending. So we have C0 in our ready queue and now we have B1 at the ready queue at the 7th second. So we pick the one with the highest priority. So B1 gets picked up. Now I'm short of colors. Yes, let's use this. So B1 gets picked up. Let's move, keep moving. Oh, I'm short of space too. Okay. So B1 will get picked up and it will run for 2 seconds, 8 and 9, B1 and B1. And now again at the 9th second, we have A3 coming up in the picture. We have A3 coming up. So B1 gets completed at the end of 9 seconds. B1 gets completed. So let me strike out B1. Yes, B1 gets completed. And we have A3 coming here. Let me write down, this is a ready queue A3. So obviously A3 gets picked up. And okay, A3 gets picked up. So let me continue my line here upwards. Okay, so this is my 9th second. So 9 to 10, once again, we have A3 running. Okay, the red color. We have A3 running from 9 to 10. And yes, now finally at the 10th second, we have only C0 remaining. No, there is no other competition. So C0 can now continue with its green color. Yes. So C0 continues from 10 to 11 and 11 to 12. C0, and thus C0 gets completed because C0 needs 4 seconds for its completion as noted down here. So C0 has completed 4 seconds of its execution, and at the 12th second C0 is completed, and thus we can in fact strike out C0 from here. And now again at the 12th second we will have A4 coming into the ready queue. But anyway, it doesn't matter because what the question had asked was to find the completion time of C0. This was the question. So the completion time of C0 is 12 seconds. And that is our answer. Yes. So completion time of the first instance of T3, which is C0, completes its execution at the end of 12 milliseconds. Yes.